Hey everybody, it's Radar. If you don't mind, like and subscribe, and I'd appreciate that greatly. But I'm just thinking back and reminiscing back to when me and my brothers were little kids, and we'd go snowmobiling or ice fishing a lot with my dad and our uncles and friends. And it was great memories. My dad made a little sled. He pulled behind the snowmobile, and all us kids would be in that sled, and Dad'd be going like a rape babe through the cedar swamps and on old logging roads and stuff, and the snow would be just flying in our faces. And but we were all excited in anticipation of, catching a lot of fish through the ice like that, ice fishing. And my uncle. We had an uncle that he always wore this great big jacket, kind of like Neo on The Matrix. And when he'd sit down on that bucket, he'd wrap that big jacket around his legs in the bucket, and he'd commence to start catching fish. Now, if you didn't watch him all the time, you wouldn't know it, that he's catching a lot of fish, but he always caught a lot of fish, and he was so secretive about it. He'd pull the fish out of the hole like that. Oh, he'd get it up there, and he'd take the fish off. And he'd look, nobody's watching me, and he'd put it in his bucket. And before you know it, he'd have bucket full of great big bluegills and perch. And you go like, Uncle, are you getting anything? And we'd struggle, man. Sometimes, and we would you'd give $1 million to know, what are you using? We want to catch some fish too, if you don't have your line is too heavy or too thin, or jig you're using, or foot off the bottom, 2 feet off the bottom, stuff like that. But he wouldn't dish out his information, so it was very frustrating. And why be selfish like that? I always thought, we didn't like that. I put it this way, I thought a little bit less of him, that he's hoarding the pattern, that he's using. And there's a lot of creators in this industry of fly fishing that they go out and make great videos. They catch fish. They will not tell you. They even hesitate to even tell you what state they're in, let alone what stream they're in. You can tell somebody what stream you're in and still be absolutely lost on where this dude is fishing on that stream. Let's just be a little bit realistic. Aren't you being to the creators out there that are so selfish? They're afraid that if they say where they're fishing, how they're fishing, water's high, I'm using this. Water's low, I'm using this. This time of year, I'm using this and this weight line, that weight line. I mean, give me a break. Isn't that your purpose? That's what your purpose. You're giving out an instructional video to help people that don't fish a lot to go somewhere and use something that they're going to have confidence in. But no, they just won't do it. I will deliberately go out of my way to say where I am, what I'm using, as much as possible. Because I know that in doing so, I'm not going to have, when I come to my spot a month later, 500 cars parked along the road and people just fishing the crap out of my spot. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So I like to rant sometimes, and I'm just saying that people that are selfish with where they fish and how they fish, you're just being childish, if you ask me. It's ridiculous. Use your brain a little bit. You're not going to have 1 million people fishing where you are all of a sudden because you give it up. You may have a couple people visit your spot a couple times a year, if that. There's so many creeks and rivers to fish. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Who knows, this video may just blow up. Bam! Alright, have a great one.